Hello, this is Sherry with Sherry's Paint and Pad, and today I thought it would be fun for us to draw and color in a puppy dog. So we can do this with crayons or markers, it's completely up to you. I'm going to use crayons here, but if you guys and your teacher decide that you want to use markers, that's totally fine. You're welcome to do that. So first thing I have here is I've got out my blank piece of paper, and I'm going to draw out my puppy's head, okay? So I'm going to come here and I'm going to do a really long oval, but it's not going to connect, all right? Because we still got to put some floppy ears on him. So I'm going to come right here about, let's go 4 fingers down. We're going to do 4 fingers down. And I'm going to come right here and I'm going to do a really long oval. And then I'm going to come right back up. Okay? Right, once I've done that, I'm going to come right up here in the center part. And I'm just going to kind of, in between these, and I'm going to do like a little half moon circle right there. Half circle or half moon, however you want to call that, right there in between my 2 points. All right, friends. Now let's go ahead and we're going to draw out his first ear. I'm going to come over here on this side, and it's going to be a big floppy ear. So I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to come down, curve it over, and then I'm going to take it up like that. Very good. Do the same thing over to this side. I'm going to go up, curve it down, and bring it there to connect. All right. We now have our head to our puppy. All right. Next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to draw like a collar for his neck. I'm going to come down, let's do 1 finger. I'm going to come down 1 finger between his head to where his neck will be. And I'm going to do a really long oval here. See? Just really long, curve it, bring it back around, curve it up to close it off. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect his head to his collar with a line right here. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to connect his head to his collar right there. All right. Now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make his body. So I'm going to go from his collar all the way down, curving it out just a little bit. Same thing to this side. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come all the way down, curving it out just a itty bit right there. Okay? All right. Now what I need to do is I need to give my puppy dog a nose. So I'm going to come right here in the middle of his face. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to do like a rounded upside down triangle. Like an upside down triangle. I'm going to kind of curve that a little bit. Bring it down. And then take it back up. And you see how my ends are kind of curved as I did that. All right, now we're going to work on coloring our puppy dog in. Now, this particular puppy dog, I think I want him to be two-toned, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my yellow, and again, I'm using crayons, but you guys are welcome to use markers. If you want to use markers, I have markers here. But like I said, if with your teacher and they want you to use markers with this, you're absolutely welcome to do so. So what I'm going to do is real roughly inside his neck and body, I'm just going to kind of come in and I'm going to add a little bit of yellow all throughout his body here. Okay? So as you can see, I'm just kind of coloring in some yellow. Stay in your lines best as possible. The goal is to stay in our lines. You can turn your picture however it's easier for you to work with. Alright, so now that I have the bottom part of his body colored yellow, I'm going to color in his neck yellow, not the collar, not doing the collar. I'm just doing this little piece right here where his neck is. I'm going to color that in yellow. Okay? And then the next thing I'm going to color in yellow is going to be all over his head. I'm just not going to color in his nose. His nose is going to be a different color. So I'm only going to color in his head. Oh, he's looking cute already. Keep coloring it in. We're coloring in his body, his neck, and his head, not his nose. We are not coloring in his nose. Okay? Ultimately, it should end up looking very similar to my puppy dog here. Okay? I'm going to give you guys just a moment to do that. All right, guys, very good. That looks great. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to get the color orange, okay? Like I said before, we're going to be doing this a two-tone puppy. So I've got a little bit of the yellow already in here. Now what I'm going to do is on top of my yellow in the body, I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to do a little bit of orange throughout his body. That way we've got yellow and orange coming through. That's going to help add in some definition, and it adds shadows into our puppy fur. You can go as heavy or as light on this orange as you like, as long as we have a little bit of that yellow still coming through. Okay? See? Next, I'm going to add some of the orange into my neck. body. All right. Now, same thing. I'm going to add some orange into my face and my ears. Again, you can go as light or as heavy on this orange as you like. This is your piece of artwork. You could even, I mean, I'm going with these colors here, but if you're at home and you get bored and you want something fun to do, change up your colors, redraw him, and change your colors up. Oh, he's looking so good. I think he needs a name, like our fox had a name. Once you're done filling in your puppy dog with the orange, just however much you want to do, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to paint his nose just the orange. I want his nose to be a solid orange. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to catch up with that part. All right? So this is ultimately what my puppy looks like right now. All right, guys, next step, his collar. Now, I'm going to let you guys have a little bit of creative freedom here, and I'm going to let you choose the color that you want your collar to be on your puppy, okay? I'm going to go with, let's see here. I think I'm going to do a red. I think I want a red collar. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm going to come in here, and it's actually a violet red, and I'm going to color in my collar with this violet red. All right. Kind of looks pink in the picture, but it says violet red, so I don't know. Love it so far. You guys are drawing this all on your own. You're doing a fabulous job. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a color blue. And everything on this side of my puppy, I'm going to color blue. So right here, I'm going to come at the middle of his head. And I'm going to kind of curve that just a little bit. Curve it just a little bit over to your left. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to color everything on this side blue of that line. Everything on this side of that line, I'm going to color blue. We're just going to have a little bit of a colorful background. And as you can see, I'm kind of coming around here and I'm coloring around my edges first. That helps me stay out of, keep from going out of my lines. And then afterwards, I can just kind of go wide open with my crayon or marker if I'm using a marker. Alright, I'm going to give you guys just a moment to finish up doing that. We've got 1/2 of our background of our dog blue. Okay? And like I said, I just kind of want this to be a fun, colorful puppy. All right, the next color I'm going to use for the other side of my background is I'm going to use green. So I'm going to come here with my green, and everything left on this side that is white, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in that green. So I've done my outline, and now I'm just going to kind of go crazy with my crayon, and I'm going to fill this in. He is looking so good, or she, whatever you want your puppy dog to be. Are you guys thinking of a name for your puppy dog? Alright. So I've got my green colored in. I'm going to give you guys just a moment to finish up your green for your background. Because in a moment we've got to give him eyes, a mouth. We have a few more things we want to do to our background just to fix it up a bit. All right, my friends. What we're going to do now is I'm going to go back to my black. I'm going to get some of my black crayon, or if you're doing markers, a black marker. And we've got to give our puppy dog some eyes. So I'm going to come right here and I'm going to give him one eyeball right here, and it's just a little black circle right there. I'm going to come across from it. I'm going to do another black circle, so he's got to have two eyes. And we do kind of want them to be the same size. Let me turn this to where I can see it. All right. Now that we have our eyes, I'm going to come here and I'm just on this side of my mouth, of the puppy nose. I'm going to do a slight curve right there. That way it's kind of like he's just kind of smirking at you. It's not a full smile, just a slight little curve right there. Very good. I also, just for a little bit of detail, right here at the very top of his little nose, I'm going to come here and I'm just going to do a little bitty line right there. And it's kind of curved. Right there. You see that? We've got our mouth and we have our little line on our nose. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to give my little puppy a charm on his collar. So I'm going to do mine in the shape of a heart. So I'm going to come right here at the bottom of my collar, right here. And in the middle of that, I'm going to draw a heart. Now once you draw your heart, you can fill that in with whatever color you like. I think I'm going to fill mine in with red. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to fill in my heart charm with the red. There we go. See? All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some decorations to our background, okay? Let's add some swirls. So I'm going to come right here and I'm just going to bring up and I'm going to go around just like some swirls. See that? Up and around, just making a circle, not connecting to anything. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing down here. Now if you take notice, these do not touch each other, so we don't want them to touch. Let's see, I think I'll do one up here. And another little half one right there. See? Same thing over to this side. I'm going to come up with my black crayon and I'm going to do a swirl to match this side. And again, it's circle, 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 not connecting or touching to anything. I'm going to come down from here and let's do another one. And again, if you notice, these two right here do not touch each other, okay? Same thing up here. I'm going to come up and I'm going to do a swirl. Perfect. This looks like my puppy has antennas, doesn't it? Cute. All right, next thing I think I want to do is, since I have a heart right here on my puppy's collar, I want to add in some little hearts in places. Now the trick to adding in hearts as decorations is you don't want to add too many of them. You don't want to overdo it. You want there to be spaces in between each one. You don't want your heart to touch anything. So like I see I have an empty space right here. So I'm going to come in right here and I'm going to do a small little black heart. I'm not going to color it in. I want the blue background. I just wanted a little heart there. You see how little that is? I also see that I have an empty space down here. So I'm going to come down there and I'm going to do the same thing. A small little heart. Again, I'm not filling it in. But do you see that I spaced out my hearts? I'm only looking for where I have an empty space at. Also, I see I have some empty spaces up here. I'm just going to pick one area that I'm going to add a heart in. And I'm going to do it right on the inside of that ear. See? Right there. So I really only have 3 hearts on this side. Okay? I did not overdo it. I don't want you to put so many in there that it looks cluttered. All right, now I'm coming over to my green side. I see I've got some empty space right here. So I'm going to add a heart right at the top of that ear. And as you can see, they're little hearts. They're not big hearts. They're little hearts. Okay? Same thing over here. I'm going to add a heart right here in this empty space. It's really kind of just like my blue side. See? Just like my blue side. All right. And just like my blue side, I have an empty space here. So I'm going to add a heart right there. Okay. So they really are very much similar to each side. The blue side and the green side kind of match on that. All right. So at that point, we are done with our puppy dog. And I just love him. I think he is adorable. I haven't decided on a name for mine yet, but I don't know. I think I want it to be a girl. And I think I'm going to name my puppy Ella Bell. I already have one puppy named Ella Bell, and I love her so much. So I think I'm going to call this puppy my drawing and my coloring, my artwork, Ella Bell. That's what I'm going to call it, Ella Bell. All right, guys, I have enjoyed drawing and coloring in our puppy dog, and I hope you have enjoyed it as well, and I look forward to seeing some pictures. Thank you.